Good afternoon, viewers. Today's lecture is in continuation of the yesterday's lecture. Yesterday we discussed leadership, and that was part 1, and today we will cover leadership part 2. Yesterday we discussed a lot of things, and today we will start with charismatic leadership, and we shall be discussing what is given in the books, and today again we will discuss what is not given in the books, and this comes from the experience. And the leaders start acting because of their own reflexes. They don't wait for the situation, or they don't judge the situation and they change the style. But every action is automatic. And today again we will discuss the role of leadership. ROL, this is a topic we are going to discuss, result oriented leadership. In the slide, you have seen the full form of ROL, which is nothing but result-oriented leadership. Before I start my lecture, I want to introduce myself, because the people who have joined today and those who didn't attend the class yesterday, and this is the information of those people. My name is Dr. Subhash Kakkar, and I am PhD from Delhi University, FMS. Faculty of Management Studies, MBA also from Faculty of Management Studies, and I am BE Mechanical from Delhi College of Engineering, and I am Six Sigma Master Black Belt and SAP R3PP consultant also. Presently, I am working as Director in International Institution of Management. I will give you a brief description of what is written in my introduction. As far as Six Sigma Master Black Belt is concerned, this is the highest qualification in the quality management. TQM and Six Sigma are related with the quality of the products, quality of the services in the organization. As far as SAP is concerned, it is a software which covers ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, which covers the integration of all the functions in the organization, and SAP is the software which does everything in connection with ERP. Today we will discuss perspectives on leadership, basically charismatic leadership. Who is charismatic leader? I will give you example of charismatic leaders like Rajiv Gandhi, like Indira Gandhi, like Sonia Gandhi, and these are the leaders. Because of their own charisma, they lead the people, they educate the people, and they get the jobs done through the people. They create some sort of attraction, some sort of bond among the people and themselves. When the leader is there and he is charismatic, he will attract the workers working under him, so that on their own they start giving the help, on their own they start doing the jobs. And why is it so? This charismatic leader has an attraction in his own characteristics. Charisma and interpersonal attraction that inspires support and acceptance is an individual characteristic of a leader. Everyone cannot have charismatic leadership qualities. Only few can have, and they get the support of their members of the team. Charismatic persons are more successful than non-charismatic. It has been seen that those people who have charisma in their characteristics and in their behavior, they lead the people from the front foot, and they get the jobs done more than what others people get. Charismatic leaders are self-confident. As far as confidence is concerned, it is of the highest order if we compare the charismatic leaders' confidence with the other people confidence. Have a firm conviction in their beliefs. They have a full faith in their own doings, and they command the people, and they take the responsibility of all the results, whether those results are good or bad. If they are bad, they own the responsibility. If the results are good, they share those results with other people working in the team. And they have their own ideals and possess a strong need to influence people. They want to influence people, they want that jobs will be done with their charismatic characteristics. Nobody can say no to them. People give suggestions to them, they listen to them, they solve the problems of the people, and because of their own charisma only, jobs are done. Charismatic leadership. And this charismatic leadership should be able to do certain things. They should be able to envision the future, set high expectations, and model behaviors consistent with expectations. Here I have said they envision the future of the organization. They have vision in their mind. They see what the organization is going to be in future, and for that they work and they command the people so that their vision is fulfilled. And they expect whatever expectations are there, they know their expectations, and those expectations are given to the workers working under them. And model behaviors, they are role models for their juniors. People start following the actions which they do normally, and then the results are there. And all these things, whatever behavior is there, whatever future is set, which is set based on their own expectations, what they want in life. And they really energize the people. They put energy into the dead people also. Even the workers who do not work at all, they start working when they start working under the leadership of charismatic leaders. Energize others through a demonstration of excitement, personal confidence, and patterns of success. They show success after success in all the endeavors, in all the jobs which they try to do. And they create some sort of excitement, some sort of aggressiveness among the people who are working under them. And because of this aggressiveness, all those aggressive targets are met and all those aggressive objectives are achieved. And these people enable others by supporting them, by emphasizing with them, and by expressing confidence in them. These charismatic leaders, they have confidence in their juniors. They know that each one of them is a gem, and each one of them can give the best results, and then they motivate them to give the best results. Results are achieved because charismatic leaders have their objectives in front of them, and those are to be completed, those are to be fulfilled. And there are targets, and targets are to be completed, targets are to be fulfilled. And these charismatic people, charismatic leaders, energize their junior to such an extent that they start working on their own. If there is any problem, they can go to the charismatic leader and those problems are solved. These problems can be related to the work, these can be related to their personal activities. All sort of problems are solved. And then there is one more, transformational leadership. They transform the organization. Leadership that goes beyond ordinary achievements and ordinary expectations. By transmitting a sense of mission, stimulating learning, and inspiring new ways of thinking. These kind of people are to bring transformation in the organization, and they go beyond the normal duties of a leader. They have expectations in front of them, and those expectations are given to the people working under them, and then transformation is possible and the results are visible with their own actions. And this is a complete story of success after success, which the juniors visualize, see, and then they have a faith and trust in their own leader. And then now we will discuss 7 keys to successful leadership. There are certain factors which are responsible for success and failure in the leadership activities, and these are listed here. We will discuss one by one. I have numbered them 7, and we will discuss one by one. Trusting one's subordinates. Unless a leader has full faith and trust in his juniors, I don't think the jobs can be completed effectively. If we start discouraging our juniors, they will not be able to give the output to the ultimate level. If we want the success to be completed, success to be achieved at the highest order, we will have to have faith in our juniors, faith in their activities. And then we should develop a vision, and that vision should be in front of us, and we should never lose the focus of that vision, and that vision is the guiding factor which we want to achieve finally. And then keeping cool. One should keep cool all the times, even the problems are there, even the successes are there. Unless we keep cool, we cannot have a cohesive team which is working on the project. If we keep cool, our mind will be cool, we shall be able to concentrate on the problems, we shall be able to give solution to the problems which are most effective and reasonably good. The fourth one is encouraging risk. Here I want to say that the leader should encourage risk. People working under the leader, they should be able to take risk. They should not be afraid of making mistakes. People are generally afraid of making mistakes and then they don't work. And if such kind of fear is there in their minds, they will not do the job to the maximum level, highest efficiency. If there is there that if we make a mistake, we are there to rectify the mistake and the results will be possible, and the leader is there to rectify their mistakes. The fifth one, being an expert. The leader should be an expert in his own field. If he is expert, he will be able to solve the problems of his junior, and those juniors will start respecting him. Then inviting dissent. Here I mean that different solutions are there, and those solutions should be invited from the workers working under him. And we should not encourage only the leader's decision is the final. We should rather encourage people's suggestions. They should be able to give us suggestion after suggestion, and those suggestions should be evaluated, and the final one, the best one, should be implemented. This is the meaning of encouraging dissent, that people should give their own different solutions, different suggestions to the problems which the team is facing. The last one is simplifying things. Leader is there to simplify the things. While we are working on a project activities become complicated also. One by one, the leader should be able to simplify the problems and then encourage people to show the results. Now we will discuss something which is called jury window. Here things will be discussed. People are working in the team and the leader is there. We can have the effective output from the members of the team if we know what are the strengths of individual member of the team, what are the weaknesses of the individual member of the team. When we are talking about the members of the team, at the same time we are also talking about the leader himself. Leaders' strengths, leaders' weaknesses should also be known to the team members. When the things are known, means strengths are known and weaknesses are known to leader as well as to the members of the team, then they can assign the jobs, assign the responsibilities accordingly. I know that this particular job can be done in a best possible way by one of the members. I will assign that job to that particular member. If I know that there is a weakness and he is not able to solve the problem, I will not tell the problem to that fellow who is not able to do. That is why I say the strengths, weaknesses of both members of the team and the leader should be known. This is covered under jury window. In jury window we have 4 panes. We will discuss in depth when the slides come. Before that, we will share something, the organizational capital. The capacity of an organization to effectively and efficiently achieve its objectives and move toward fulfilling its vision. This is the capital of the organization. and capital is in three parts: social, physical and human. These three parts comprise the capital of the organization. Fundamentally, there are three domains which we have just now listed, and this is the organizational capital. And three components are used to build organizational capital, and external, internal, and then finally leadership. Internal, who are internally related to the leader, external forces are there which are externally related to the leader, and the leader then himself. These make the total capital of the organization. Now, we will discuss leadership. Leadership excellence. How do we strive to become better leaders? And this can be achieved by three things: understanding, assessing and improving. Understanding means understanding the problems and then assessing the problem, evaluating the problem and then implementing improvement solutions. Now, we will discuss what is our understanding of the Jory window, where I discussed strengths and weaknesses of the individuals, of the leaders. Here this window is in 4 panes, and this is like a window having 4 panes. And this is some sort of grid, it is not a graph, it is some sort of grid. And in x axis, we have something which is known to others who are outside world. And on the y axis, we are showing something which is known to self. Others means members of the team. I start from 0 to maximum value. 0 is unknown, maximum value is known. If I consider the x axis, which is written that others, something known, something unknown, starting from unknown to known. Similarly, y axis, something known to self, unknown to known. If I consider all these 4 quadrants, the bottommost left corner shows that others, unknown, self, unknown, and the upper one shows self, known, others, unknown. Similarly, all other 4 quadrants are related like this. Okay. Now, the bottommost left corner which shows unknown, because the things are unknown to others, things are unknown to self, nothing is known to anybody. An example can be given that people do not know. Suppose there is a get together, and in the get together people are asked to sing a song. Each one is asked to sing a song, and one by one each one starts singing. But there is one fellow who says that I do not know singing, and others have also not heard him singing. So, others know that he cannot sing, he himself knows that he cannot sing, but he tries, and to his surprise he is able to sing a very good song. The things which were unknown to others, things which were unknown to self, now become clear that this particular strength is there in the member of the team. And if we start disclosing, if we start giving feedback, unknown can be converted to known. Unknown area can be reduced day by day if we start doing feedback, if we start doing disclosure. Similarly, the upper portion in this Jory window is unknown for others and known to self, and this is known as facade, which is shown in the slide also. And facade means unknown to others and known to self. I know something which I am not disclosing it to others is part of the facade. I know that I have certain strengths, but I am not disclosing these strengths to the other members of the team and not even to the leader, and this portion is called facade. And the bottommost right portion, where others know certain things about me, but I do not know certain things about me which others know. This is called blind spot. I am blind about certain things which others know about me and I myself do not know. If my shirt is torn and I am not able to see it, but others can see it, I don't know that my shirt is torn, but others can see that my shirt is bad and torn. Okay. This is a very crude example of the blind spot. In our ways of working also, in our activities also, in certain cases, I don't know that I can do something, but others know that I can do something. So, by disclosure and feedback, these areas can be reduced and known areas can be increased. The last one, the uppermost right corner, is the arena. This shows that things are known to others and things are known to self. And in this window itself, by using feedback system and disclosure system, every pane is to be converted into arena, that things should be known to self and things should be known to others. Then it is possible that we shall be able to do effectively while working in the team. This slide shows that how feedback and disclosure work, so that the area of the arena goes and keeps on increasing and increasing. Finally, everything becomes arena, blind spot is 0, unknown is 0, and even the facade is 0. Everything is arena, which is everything is known to self and everything is known to others. This was given by Jory window. This was made by John and Harrison, who were consultants, and they named this concept as Jory window. Now, we shall be discussing some of the things which people do not teach in the institutions. Here, people means professors do not teach the students certain things. So far, we have discussed what is given in the books. In the books, different theories are given, leadership styles are given, and we have discussed them in depth. And now we have a knowledge which has been given in the books. But certain things which are not given in the books, I shall be sharing with you. This is a practical approach to the leadership activity, leadership problem, and getting the jobs done through the people. And those things we shall be discussing right now. This is based on my own experience, and those experiences will be shared with you. Again, this is, we do not teach at institutes, those things will be discussed here. Leaders to ensure basically two things: build a cohesive team among the members of the team. This is the first and the foremost job of the leader, and he is to encourage work ethics. What I mean by cohesive team? Leader building a team. This is the concept. Suppose, look at this slide which shows that organization. I am visualizing organization as an arrow, and it is a big arrow, and this arrow wants to go forward. It means the organization for which this arrow is shown wants to go forward. But the members who are working, or the employees who are working in this direction, they are also putting efforts, but in what direction? Let us see. This organization wants to go forward, which has been shown by the black arrow. Now, individuals now moving forward and backward in all the directions, and these are the peoples who are working in the organization. They are having different directions, and 3 persons working in this direction I have shown, and each one is having a different movement. The 4th one again a different direction to move, 5th one again a different direction, and so on. All are moving in different directions. Do you think when they are moving in different directions, will the organization move towards forward direction? I do not think so. The resultant of these forces will give us the result of the organization's movement. Now, in case we want to move forward with the maximum velocity and we want to cover the maximum distance, what we will have to do? We will have to see that thinking of all the members of the team is in one direction. Forces which they are putting in should be in one direction. They should not be getting neutralized, which has been shown movement in all different directions. Now, again the same diagram, but in a slightly different way I have shown. This first one going forward in the direction in which the organization wants to move. The second also is moving forward. So, the third also moving forward. Similarly, other members moving forward in one direction, and this direction is only the direction in which the organization wants to move. And then what is going to be the result? This is shown in the slide. This slide shows that, just look at the slide. I have shown the direction of movement of the organization with one arrow, second arrow, and then third arrow also. Just look at the velocity with which the organization will move in forward direction, because this is helped by the members who are working in the organization, and they are having their thinking aligned only in one direction. That is the direction of movement of the organization. That is the goal what we want to achieve. Why did I discuss this thing? This is the job of the leader to align the thinking of all the employees to achieve a common goal. First, the common goal should be known to all the members of the organization or all the members of the team, and then each one should start working in that direction to achieve that particular goal. They should not think otherwise, or they should not think in some other direction, and they should not act in some other direction. There should always be a positive direction, and this positive direction and this positive output will definitely give us the results which will move us forward and forward to achieve the results. I have one more example to show. Suppose in a team, 3 workers are working, and they are shown like this. 3 workers are working, and they are A, B and C. You can visualize these 3 workers A, B and C working on a project, and they have their own individual outputs which are shown with the numbers. 1 unit is given by A, 2 units are given by B and 3 units are given by C. Now, if they are not working in a team, what is the result going to be? I will have to add their individual outputs, 1 plus 2 plus 3, which makes it 6. This is shown. A plus B plus C is nothing but 6 units. What we will get if they are working individually? Now, if they are working in a team, in a cohesive team, each one is helping other member of the team. What is the result going to be? Let us see on the slide. Now, this output will be individual output A plus B plus C, AB plus BC plus CA and plus ABC, where each one is contributing together the output. And if we see the results, these results will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6. If we add them all, this will be 23, which is almost 4 times the output of the individual additions. And this shows the result that teamwork is highest efficient work, and team output is better than individual output of the members of the team. And this shows us the importance of teamwork, and this team is built by the leader himself. And here we have seen that all are thinking in one direction, even though their output is different. One is having only 1 unit, and the fellow C is having 3 times the output, that is 3 units, but they are working in one direction, which is a positive direction, and this is giving us almost 4 times the output. Now, see the result when one of the workers is not thinking in positive direction. He is thinking in some other direction, which is negative direction. It means his thinking is not aligned with the thinking of the team. Let us assume that he is the person A who is giving us the least output, that is minus 1 unit, and now we will see the result also. The second case, now look at the slide. three persons working, three persons are working, and again the A, B and C, and A's output is now this time it is -1, negative output instead of +1. He is thinking in some other direction, and B of course is having his thinking aligned with the thinking of the team. C also 3 units in a positive direction. If we look at this diagram, this shows that B and C are working in favor of the team's goal, but A is not working in favor of team's goals, he is working in the opposite direction. And in this case, how much will be the output? Let us see on the slide. The team output in this case will be, of course, A plus B plus C plus AB plus BC plus CA plus ABC. If we put all the signs etc., the total will be -1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 2 plus 6 minus 3 and minus 6, and total is -1, which is in negative direction. Output will be negative. The organization will not be moving towards the goal, rather organization will move away from the goal. Now, we have seen the person who was giving us the least output, but he is thinking in the negative direction. Entire efforts of the team are now negative. Even people who are giving us 3 times output, people giving us 2 times output, they are of no use, because one of the members of the team is not thinking in positive direction. And this is a case where teamwork will give us the negative results. So, it is the job of the leader to align the thinking of all the members of the team in only one direction, and that direction is the goal what we want to achieve. If that job is done, job becomes easy and the results become effective. And why we have discussed this thing? Because these sort of things are not discussed in the books. It is my own experience which I am sharing with you. And now we will discuss certain things which are called work ethics. And this leadership is to give, rather show the work ethics to the members of the team. And what are these work ethics? And we will discuss right now. Security is mostly a superstition. I would say security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of men as a whole experience it. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. There are 2 things: be afraid of the problem and sit. The second situation is face the problem and do something. Worst thing can happen is you will be facing failure after attempting that problem, but you will be learning some experience after trying this problem. Don't be afraid of attempting any problem, because there is no safe zone in the world, and whatever is there, it is only action, 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 and this is only action oriented leadership. And leader is there to put energy into the people so that they start acting, acting and acting to give the results. Even if they fail, leader takes the responsibility of their failure, and some learning lesson is there which tells us where we have gone wrong and where to modify our actions, and finally we achieve the results. So, there is no failure which is because of fear, and failure also teaches us something and to achieve the success next time. Here the leader is to inculcate the habit which says that achieving success without losing yourself. You are not to sell your own values to achieve the results. You have to maintain your own values and keep doing work and show the results. If you are doing rather selling your values, it is of no use, even if you get the results of highest order. And this is the ethics which the leader is to inculcate in the minds, in the hearts of the people working under him. Every system is governed by rules. Wherever you go, there are rules, rules and rules. Those who abide by them are accepted, rather those who follow those rules will be accepted and rewarded. Those who don't are either passed by for promotions or fired. Fired means they are removed from the organization. There are rules which one should follow. But what sort of rules one should follow? Again, the leader is to give this kind of knowledge, this kind of information to the members of his team on account of his own experience. These rules are of two types, and this leader is to tell the members. There are written rules and unspoken rules. Written rules are there which one should follow. If we join a company, join an organization, our appointment letter shows us certain rules to be followed, and we are bound to follow these rules. These rules are written like timings are say 9:30 to 5:30. Dress code is there, number of leaves given to the worker are also written, and these are written rules. But there are certain unspoken rules, and we find that these unspoken rules do not have any base, but we start following those kind of rules. Like we say, boss is always right, but boss cannot be always right. Sometimes he is wrong also. So, these kind of rules are unspoken rules, and we start following them, and with the result our own goals are not achieved effectively. Do we follow these unspoken rules, or we should not follow these rules? And this is to be given by the leader who is controlling that entire team. We shall be discussing some such kind of rules, and we'll spend some time whether to accept these kind of rules or reject these kind of rules. The first one, unspoken rule, which I have said, the boss is always right and not to be challenged. Is it so? No. Boss cannot be right in 100% of the situations. Sometimes he is wrong also, he is having an opinion which is not right. Then the one should be able to tell the boss that, sir, this is where you are wrong and this is where I am right, and the actual thing should be known to the leader, and he should see it carefully, logically, and approve the member's suggestion also, because one cannot be right in all the situations where we are working. The second unspoken rule is the boss is there to be served rather than to serve. We assume that boss is there and we shall be serving him all the time, but it is not 100% correct. In some of the situations, only the boss can do that job, and in that situation, boss is there to serve the team. So, we should understand there are certain situations where our unspoken rule that boss is there to be served and not to serve is not right. And third unspoken rule is the appearances are more important than reality, and all these things are to be clarified by the leader himself to the members of the team. Here it is written that we should appear that we are hardworking, and really if we are not hardworking or we are not working at all, we should appear that, but it is not a right rule. The rule is we shall be working all the time with the same pace, even if we have certain other jobs to do, and we should not appear only that we are working. We should be really working on the job, and then we should appear. And never trust anyone but yourself. And there is fourth unspoken rule that don't trust anybody, trust only yourself. But this is again not true. This unspoken rule is totally wrong. One should have faith in others, one should have faith and trust in the members, other people who are working in the team, and even in the leader himself. And all these clarifications will be given by the leader. Leader is to inculcate the habits where trust is possible among the workers who are working in the team. Fifth is never display strong emotions or feelings. It is normally told that we should not display our feelings to the other members of the team in situations which do not cover. But this is not a true statement. If we have feelings against a particular statement, we should be able to express our feelings in the way we feel. And if you make a mistake, you will be punished. There is one more unspoken rule, that if you make a mistake, you will be punished. Normally we feel that if somebody makes a mistake, he will be punished. But it is not like that. People who work and they are liable to make mistakes because they are on the job, they are working. And it cannot be 100% correct that if we work, we shall be 100% successful. But in certain cases, we can be wrong also, we can face failure also. We can say while working, we may spoil certain things. And do you think if we are doing certain job, if we have spoiled something, we should be punished? No. And this kind of habit should be inculcated by the leader himself among the workers. He should encourage people to their best, start working. This thing can be further explained by giving you something in Hindi also. गिरते हैं शाह सवार ही मैदान जंग में, वो तिफल क्या गिरेगा जो घुटनों के बल चले. Those who do not stand on their feet, they will never fall. Those people will fall, those who do the horse riding. So we should start working without any fear of facing the failure and facing punishment. Don't be too different from your peers. Again, there is one more unspoken rules. We should work like others, and we should not appear different from others members of the team. But if we are different, if we are working differently, we should show that we are different from others, we are working differently from others. And there is no correct statement that one should not appear different from his own members of the team. And these are some unspoken rules. We start following them literally where they don't exist at all. And then again there is one more. Never display strong emotions or feelings. There is an unspoken rule that we should not display our strong feelings to others. No, it is not correct. If we feel bad about certain things, we should be able to show our feelings to others. Don't be too different from your peers. And the last one is, always be gracious to authority figures even if they don't deserve. This shows that one should be respectful to the seniors all the time, even if they don't have that kind of respect. Respect is to be earned by others. Seniors should earn the respect first and then expect the respect from his juniors. If this kind of statement is there that the senior has earned his respect, everyone will start respecting him. There is no force on earth which can force us to respect others when they don't deserve that kind of respect. This is the meaning of this unspoken rule. And I would say that unspoken rules should not be followed literally. We should weigh the things, take our own decision and start working, start behaving in a rational way. Here is a statement, break the rules or be broken. If these kind of rules are there and where we don't agree with these rules and we are forced to follow those kind of rules, we will be broken one day. If the unspoken rules at our workplace are unhealthy and we abide by them to the letter, we cannot be healthy and whole ourselves. We must find a way to break the rules if we are to find fulfillment in our career and preserve our sense of integrity. Rules are to be seen carefully. The rules which need follow up, those should be followed, and just like that, that's unspoken rule is there and we start following. We lose our real value if we start doing this kind of activity. But who is there to help us? The leader is there to help us. Leader is there to tell us these unspoken rules are baseless and we need not follow these unspoken rules. These do not exist. These are against the values and the ethics of the organization. And people should be encouraged to do jobs and they should not be having any fear in their minds of punishment and of failure. Man must cease attributing his problems to his environment and learn again to exercise his will, his personal responsibilities. When the failure is there, we should not put the blame on the environment. The environment was so wrong that we were not able to get the success. Our co-members have not done the job and that's why we are not successful. Rather, we should study the failure logically. Step by step we should study all the points where we have gone wrong, where we have achieved success. And the wrong things should be seen carefully, logically, and those should be analyzed properly so that the corrective action is possible. I would say if a mistake is committed, it should not be hidden from the boss, from the leader himself. The member who has made a mistake, he should be the first person to go to the boss, to go to the leader and tell him that I have made a mistake and this mistake, I own the mistake. And I have a solution also to rectify this mistake. And that solution should be shared with the leader and his agreement of the solution should be taken. If he agrees to implement the solution, that solution should be implemented immediately because mistake has been made and the solution is to be implemented. That will rectify the mistake rather than flaring up the situation. So, one should be the first person to tell the boss that wrong thing has been done and this is a corrective action. Here we are working in a team, we are working in the organization. Leader is there who is imparting all sort of help and he has clarified what are the written rules and what are the unspoken rules, what is to be followed and what is not to be followed. Even then the members behave differently. They feel that they are being victimized, they are not motivated. How to check that the people are motivated or not? Motivation is a positive sign, victimization is the negative sign. People are thinking they are motivated, but to what extent they are motivated? Is there any scale to check the motivation level of the people? On the other hand, people think that they are getting victimized. Can we check the level of victimization? Yes, we can check the level of motivation, we can check the level of victimization also. There are certain methods by which we can check how much people are motivated, and this is a practical approach to the leadership characteristics and leadership behavior. Leader is working with a certain notion in his mind, whether his behavior and characteristics are correct or not. Are they imparting the correct amount of motivation? Are they removing victimization from the behavior of the people working under him? So, to check this, I have made a scale. So, I'll share with you in the next slide. Here it is written what is your victim quotient. Similar to intelligence quotient, we have victim quotient also, but how to check it? Look at this slide. Here in this slide, 10 statements are given. I want each one of the viewers must take a paper and a pencil or pen, one should read the first statement and options are there, yes or no. I will read the first statement. First statement is, are you constantly projecting what is going to happen to you? This is a statement. Look at your own situation. If you are studying, if you are working, in both the situations, you can see this statement and put yes or no, whatever is applicable. I will read this statement once again. Are you constantly projecting what is going to happen to you? Put yes or no. Second statement I will read. Do you worry a lot about your situation? If the answer is yes, put yes. If the answer is no, put no. I will repeat this statement. Do you worry a lot about your situation? Third situation. Do you often feel sorry for yourself because of your situation? This is the statement and you have to put yes or no. I will repeat this statement. Do you often feel sorry for yourself because of your situation? Put yes or no. Now read the fourth statement. Fourth statement says, do you try to manipulate and control others around you? I will read the statement again. Do you try to manipulate and control others around you? Now put yes if the answer is yes, put no if the answer is no. Then I will go to the fifth statement. Do you dramatize events at your institute or place of work and blow them out of proportion? Put yes or no. I will read it again. Do you dramatize events at your institute and blow them out of proportion? This was the fifth statement. Sixth statement now I am going to read. Are you in constant search of approval at work? If it is yes, put yes. If it is no, put no. I will repeat the statement. Are you in constant search of approval at work? Now I will go to the seventh statement. Do you resent your teacher and or the students with whom you are close? Put yes or no. I will repeat it. Do you resent your teacher? And if you can consider teacher or your boss if you are working, with whom you are close, yes or no. Now I will read the eighth statement. Do you find yourself whining and complaining about all the things that are wrong at the institute or at the place of work? Put yes if you feel it is yes, put no if you feel it is no. I will repeat it. Do you find yourself whining and complaining about all the things that are wrong at the institute? Now I will read the ninth statement. Do you blame your teacher or your boss or the students or the co-workers at institute or at place of work for your unhappiness? It means if you are blaming others for your happiness, put yes, otherwise no. Again I will read it. Do you blame your teacher, your boss, students or your co-workers at institute or place of work for your unhappiness? Put yes or no. Now I am going to read the last statement, 10th statement. Do you constantly remind yourself and or others how much you are sacrificing for the studies, for the organization and for the institute? If you feel yes, say yes. If you feel no, say no. I am going to read it again. Do you constantly remind yourself and others how much you are sacrificing for the studies, for the work, for the institute, for the organization. Put yes or no. Now, all these 10 statements are over. Now, count how many yes you have scored, and we will see the results in the next slide. If you have answered yes to 0 to 2, it means if you have scored 0, 1 and 2 yeses, you are in pretty good shape. You are human. You are not getting victimized. You are fairly motivated to do the job, and your score is 0, 1 or 2. But otherwise, if your score is 3 or 4 or 5, you are bordering on victimhood. You are going to get victimized. And if your score is 5 to 10, you are hardcore victim of the situation. And this gives us a scale to check the victim quotient. With contrast, we know how much the person is motivated to carry out the jobs. This is a scale by means of which we check the motivational level and victim quotient. If in the organization average score lies between 5 and 10, something has to be done in the organization. Leadership characteristics and the leadership behavior is to be changed in the organization. It shows that the people are not happy, people are not motivated, they feel that they are getting victimized. If such is the situation, the results will not be possible. Effective goals achieved will not be there. One has to do lot of things to educate people, to motivate people, not only by giving training and then by actions also, so that they start working willingly and the fear of victimhood is removed from their minds and the hearts. And with the result, they will be motivated to give their best output. Then we have Bill of Rights. When we have certain jobs to do, then we have our Bill of Rights. This shows that we have the right to have our responsibilities clearly defined. If our responsibilities are not defined properly, what will be working? We do not know what exactly is required from us, what is our responsibility. The right to have enough authority to fulfill your responsibilities. Then authority with respect to the responsibility should be there, only then we shall be able to give the responsibilities. The right to know the standards and to be encouraged to achieve excellence. And we should know the standards, what we are to achieve. If standards are known to us, we can show the excellence in our performance also. Unless we know the standards, unless we know our key result areas, we shall not be able to give the results, we shall not be able to show the performance in those areas. The right to receive the training needed to meet the job standard. Whatever standards are to be achieved, we should be trained on those standards. We should have the proper training on the job, and PBT means performance based training. Both sort of trainings should be provided to us, so that we are able to give the best output. And who is going to do this? And only the leader will have to do all these jobs. Leader himself will be training the people. If he is not capable enough to train people, he will be taking help from others. When training is given, he is to see finally the impact of training. What is the result of training? Is it useful, or some changes are required in the training? Then we have right to receive the knowledge and information you need to do the job. Here it shows that we have the right to receive the knowledge as far and information. This knowledge and information will be given by the leader himself or the top management. Unless all these things are there, we shall not be effective. And who is to do this? Leaders are there to do all these kind of jobs. Motivation, victimization, all these things are there, the leaders will take care of. And all these things, besides what is written in the books, I have given you what I learned from my own experience. Any questions you may ask me. Thank you.